All right, well, no sports, no problem. There are plenty of ways to stay active on a beautiful day like today. Look no further than Douglas Trail in Rochester, and you'll find people riding bikes, rollerblading, or just simply going for a walk.
Athletes are beside themselves about now.
KIMT News 3 Sports Director Caleb Gillock spoke with a local expert today about what problems all of this free time could actually be causing.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting conversation that I had today, and here behind me, this is my younger sister, Annie, who just happens to be celebrating her birthday today, and she plays college golf. She had to miss her first half of her freshman season with a hand injury, and now she won't have a spring season at all. Many athletes use sports as an outlet to distract themselves from things in life, which raises the question, how does this impact their mental health?
It's a huge part of their life. They only have 4 years to do their sport, and so, you know, just in their minds, validating their feelings, and you know, it's okay to be sad about it, but then figuring out ways to move onward.
Dr. Karen Newcomer is a physical medicine and rehabilitation physician at the Mayo Clinic. In my conversation with her this afternoon, she said she is concerned about athletes who may experience depression from not being able to play sports. She recommends those athletes find a hobby or ways to continue conditioning by throwing a football in the backyard or putting a golf ball in the house. Anything that will help to stimulate their mind.
Continuing with the sport that they love on their own, I think, is very helpful for them as well.
Okay, just because there are no sports right now doesn't mean that you have to stay on the sofa eating bonbons.
Actually sounds like a horrible idea. KIMT News 3 Sports Director Caleb Gillock is finding out how locals are coping with having to be cooped up inside.
Yeah, bonbons, huh?
Yeah, like them.
All right, well, the answer is pretty simple. Heading to the great outdoors. I know both of you guys did today, and I got the chance to this afternoon and go talk to a few locals about how they're helping pass the time in a world with no sports.
It's a beautiful day. I just got it tuned up a little bit myself. Got a little grease off and a little new oil on it and ready to go.
If you went to the Douglas Trail at any point throughout the day, you would have found dozens of people like Linda Weiser riding their bikes, rollerblading, or just enjoying a walk like Patricia McGrath did after getting some spring cleaning done.
It's a gorgeous day out, so we thought we needed to walk.
Even good boys like Bo enjoyed the casual afternoon stroll.
So Bo, what's it like to be outside today?
Bo declined to comment so he could get back to his walk. His owner says she couldn't pass up the chance to get outdoors with friends while maintaining her social distance.
And we wanted to walk maybe 4 or 5 miles just to get out of the house. We've been working hard. She's a nurse and I'm a teacher, so we're due for a break here.
Weiser says that it is important to take advantage of days like today, stressing the importance of exercise.
Just to have movement. I just believe, especially now with this quarantine going on, movement, exercise of whatever type is so important.
She admits she's not much for the typical ball and stick type of sports, but she's game for anything that gets her a little bit of exercise, and that we could use this time of no sports to better our own physical health.
I think all of us need to do more and more movement and physical exercise, and I know a lot of people who are upset about not being able to watch sports these days. Maybe it's an invitational place to get out and move themselves.
And perhaps the best part is running into an old friend or two along the way.
And then you find people that you haven't seen for a while, and you get to have a little visit at the 6-foot distance.
I think that's a quote that we could all live by right now. It makes us keep life in perspective. Many would think that this is an easy time for activities directors with no sports taking place. But Tim Malone says this time is actually filled with heartache.
38 seniors in Stewartville are registered for a spring sport. And so 38 of our kids are looking at the fact that they might end their senior season without being able to play at all.
Of those 38 seniors, a mere 3% of them will go on to play college athletics, including Tim's daughter, Kaylee, who will run cross country and track at NDSU. She's anxiously awaiting the possible return of spring sports.
Yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking. I'm just hoping for the best, hoping that we'll get back. But yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking to think that this might be it for me.
Athletes across the country are in similar situations. Tim Malone has been involved in high school athletics for more than 25 years and has a solution. Remember the journey, not the destination. It's been a successful year for the Tigers, including a state championship in volleyball. But he says you can't gauge your success on wins, losses, or state championships because the large majority will be left unsatisfied. Here's what he suggests instead.
Remember the journey, remember the practices, remember the bus trips, remember the special plays and the special games that have happened, because in the end, the destination might not be a state championship for everybody.
For Kaylee, that comes with taking the journey one day at a time.
Doing my workouts still, I've gotten to spend more time with my family, which is fun. It's heartbreaking not to get to do my season with my track teammates and coaches, but I've had so many amazing memories with them.
None of us know what the other side of May 4th holds, but Mr. Malone is hopeful they can squeeze in a few games, even if it means not having a postseason.
Maybe, again, if you go back to the journey rather than the destination, maybe we can provide some kind of a journey to these kids that would be a senior year, and then we all end together maybe around Memorial Weekend.
Pretty interesting stuff here, and if I was still in elementary or high school, I would absolutely love it if my gym teacher was doing this while I was stuck at home. Mr. Morgan at Mabel Canton is making sure his students stay in shape while putting smiles on their face. I had the chance to talk to him this afternoon to see what this was all about.
One of the first nights I found out we were not going to be in session for school, or we were going to be shut down for a little bit or go through this distant learning or whatever, I stayed up till about 2:30. Just coming up with different ideas.
And thus, the newest YouTube sensation was born. Lonnie Morgan is a PE teacher, volleyball coach, and athletic director at Mabel Canton. He's found a creative way to keep his students' attention while staying active.
So I just thought that if I could come up with some sort of an idea, and instead of just seeing me and it's some crazy costume or crazy theme, it might bring a smile to their face and get them exercising a little bit, and it might make this distant learning and this whole thing a little bit easier for them to go through.
The first video he posted already has more than 1,200 views and is capturing the attention of the nation.
And I've probably been contacted from about 15 states so far from friends that I have either on Facebook or people that have seen the videos that have been shared, and they've either had their kid go through the workout or they've gone through the workout with them.
We know that Lonnie is the one doing these videos, but Lonnie may not always be around because his cousin is getting in on the action. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, one of my good friends, Paul Tellersrud, teaches with us and just started picking on me, and so I kind of throw in a little a jab at him on a lot of these videos. And then I just thought, the kids could see me do a workout, or I make up some excuse not to be leading the workout, and I've had a lot of cousins that have jumped in.
Yo, Mabel Canton students! This is Grandmaster MC Morgan. And I'm a good friend, actually a cousin of Mr. Lonnie Morgan, Finn Moondoggy Morgan, Bo Hunter Morgan.
All jokes aside, it's all about the kids.
If, I look a little goofy and kids get a smile out of it, that's a double plus then, I guess.
That's what it's all about. Lonnie also told me that he has enough videos made to get him through Easter, but won't run out of ideas if this continues into May. FEMA has recently released new guidelines on what you should be doing when heading out to snag a few groceries. Most notably, only buying a week's worth of grocery products at a time. According to their website, buying weeks or months worth of supplies only makes it more difficult for others. It is also recommended to visit grocery stores less frequently by making sure you have everything you need in one trip. I spoke with one Rochester family today who is practicing safe shopping, buying just enough to get by without hoarding the essentials.
I try to get enough to get us through 2, hopefully 3 weeks, with only maybe needing to run to the gas station for milk and eggs.
We're also limiting, who goes to the store. Obviously, we're not bringing kids to the store, and Danae's pretty much been the designated shopper, just to kind of limit the exposure as much as possible.
Now, the family also told me they're not necessarily worried about the shelves not being stocked, and that for the most part, the people around them are doing an acceptable job of social distancing.